Hi guys, I'm Nina and this is the 5th episode of my How to Draw a Realistic Male Face series of tutorials. So in this episode we will learn how to shade the entire face. Basically we're going to draw skin. Remember to hit the like button and to subscribe to my channel and press the bell too, by the way, and write something in the comments please. And let's start the tutorial. In this episode, I will be using the same pencils as in the previous ones. Actually, I was trying to use as few pencils as possible to show you guys that it's not necessary to have big sets of pencils. So today I'll be using 2B and HB pencils together with a black pencil and an eraser. This time I must insist on having a blending tool because this time there is a big area we need to work with. It's the entire face, so I'm using a makeup brush, but you can take anything that blends, for example a cotton bud or a soft tissue. So I'm starting with erasing some messy lines from my sketch using a kneadable eraser. A kneadable eraser is your best friend, so I think everyone should have one. Ears are also part of a face, so of course we will shade them as well. But first let's give them a form. Let's sketch them first. As I said, the ears are as long as the nose basically, and it might be pretty hard to sketch them because of their complex shape. I have a full tutorial dedicated to this, check it out on my channel. All the helpful links will also be in the description. For now, just draw a hook on top and soft curves going down. I think it's pretty easy to shade things, but the entire face is a pretty big area that demands your patience. It means no rough strokes and no rushing. I'm taking the hardest pencil I have, I think it's HB, and by the way, if you have harder, take it. And I'm just making steady strokes starting from the left, because I'm a righty and I don't want to smear everything with my palm. I blend using a brush as much as I think I should. I'm trying to make it look pretty smooth and even. My hubby and I gathered lots of my tutorials into courses on my homepage, so it's actually pretty convenient and comfortable to use. Check my homepage out and see those courses under the free course link. Let's define the darkest and lightest areas of the face. We already know that it's pretty dark along the nose bridge, but it's also dark above the tear ducts because it's a pretty deep area and below the cheekbones. And everything that sticks out is a lot lighter, such as nose tip, nose bridge, middle of forehead, apple cheeks, under the eyebrows, something like that. So I'm not shading a lot on the lighter areas. When shading faces, I personally always think about face contouring, because I like doing makeup and I kind of shade on purpose those areas that I'm shading right now on the drawing. I must say a lot depends on the paper as well. I ran out of my paper and I do feel a bit different now when I'm shading. So try different brands and thickness to find the most comfortable type. I love using multi-technique paper by Pen On, and it's not sponsored, it's just my preference. I know skin shading can be hard and it does take a lot of practice, so now I will give you a few tips. First of all, I am hereby providing you with a shading map with shades and highlights. You can also find it on my Instagram, and remember to save this post to have it all the time. Second of all, the process of shading is best done by shading with a hard pencil first, then blending, and then moving to a slightly softer pencil and repeating that until the shade looks dark enough to give that three-dimensional feeling. It's basically about layers and layers upon each other, and to get the best results, it's important that you have patience. When it comes to the highlights, I use the eraser to pull them out or simply leave the area with no layers. Use the shading map to experiment on your own drawing, and remember that when the light changes, the shades and highlights change too. So now, when the face is kinda shaded, let's do the ears and neck. I've just realized that the neck is also a big area to shade, but I guess it's needed, so we'll do it. So first, I'm filling in the ear using an HB pencil, and then using softer and therefore darker pencils in shading inside of the ear. I must confess, I do not remember how to call all the ear parts, and once again, if you want to learn how to draw and shade ears from two different angles, check out my tutorial. It's really detailed and informative. Right now, I'm just shading inside and around all the sticking out parts, defining an earlobe and pulling out highlights. As I said, ears can be really hard to draw because it's pretty complicated inside with lots of curves and stuff like that. And I'm just reminding you one more time that I have a full tutorial where you can learn how to draw ears from the front view and from the side view. So really check it out if you need to improve in this. The neck is the last thing we need to deal with today. I think the neck can really make your character look masculine. First of all, masculine necks are wider, and second of all, you can always see an Adam's apple on a man's neck. It's just more visible. By the way, some people think women don't have it, and it's a myth. It's just not that visible. So when shading a man's neck, we just need to show this Adam's apple in the middle. And this episode is kinda done. It's not very different from the face shading, we just need to create a very smooth and even surface by blending or just making super beautiful and perfect strokes that are very tight together. And this is the end of the 5th episode, so we basically drew the entire face, and I think there's one thing that's missing, and it's hair. So in the next episode we will fix this little problem. I will try to show you how to draw a masculine hairstyle and how to shade it. See you in the next tutorial, guys. Bye!